It's still hot. Where it was 25 degrees yesterday. Ugh. Went ahead and shaved my pedo stash too, and apparently peed my pants, although I don't think y'all can see that. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about NFTs. That's right, the latest craze sweeping across the nation, and why I, as an admitted layman, think they're pretty dumb. So if you don't know, NFT stands for non-fungible token. Basically, they're these images, or I believe you can do a lot of things with them, not just images, that you can copy, but you don't have the original. If you have the original, a lot of times it'll be expensive, or I guess if they're rare, they're expensive. And a lot of people, including myself, think that they're dumb, they don't make sense. I personally think that they're a massive scam and a perfect example of artificial scarcity. Recently, a lot of famous actors, athletes, and stuff. I think Steph Curry recently bought a bunch, or not, maybe not a bunch, but he spent a bunch of money, at least to us, to most people, on the Concerned Ape. I think it was a Concerned Ape. If you don't know, they're one of the most popular, most expensive. Just a really dumb, kind of poorly drawn picture of a chimpanzee or a monkey or something, and it's in different outfits. I guess a lot of people, say it's art, and I don't know how you define art, but the way I define art is it evokes emotion. That might literally be the only reason, and I guess you could say it evokes hatred. It evokes confusion in me. Maybe that makes it art. People are saying it's no different from things like the Mona Lisa or Pokemon cards and stuff, which I love Pokemon. I've been collecting cards, baseball cards, Pokemon cards, you name it. I even have a few Funko Pops, as much as I hate myself for. But in my eyes, for something to be valuable, for something to actually have merit as art, the creation of it solely for gains, for financial gains, doesn't really hold water. It doesn't really mean anything. And I guess you could say Pokemon cards were made to sell, obviously, but they weren't made to sell for thousands, hundreds, tens of thousands of dollars. They were made to sell for $1, $2, $3, or whatever a pack. And the fact that a lot of those have skyrocketed is probably another video topic. So I just don't think that these can maintain I don't think they can maintain value, because they don't have any meaning. They don't have take the Mona Lisa, probably the most famous painting of all time, although I'm not sure on that. The reason it has value, or at least the reason I perceive it as valuable, is because it was done by a master of their craft hundreds of years ago, and it wasn't made to mass market, put out there, and sell for millions of dollars. Even though, obviously, if you bought the original Mona Lisa, there's no telling how much it goes for. That history, that passion means something to somebody. And sure, I'm sure there are people that have made NFTs that I'm sure are their babies or whatever. So if that was my only problem, maybe I could look past it. After all, everything that sells for a lot of money, everything that's quote unquote worth money, doesn't have to be artistic, but it needs to do something, right? And these don't seem to do anything. They don't add value to anything. They are purely made for financial gain. And of course, I'm sure some artists that didn't have a lot of money have made money off of this, which is great. But there's also the scam aspect. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, while I don't love them, they at least have some sort of merit in the future, maybe. At the very least, the technology may be useful in the future. I don't know. But this just feels like a grift. I don't know if anyone remembers Beanie Babies in the 90s, if people remember comic books in the 90s. All of these things were worth a ton of money that are worth nothing now. Especially in the case of Beanie Babies, people spent thousands of dollars and were left with nothing, left holding the ball. And I just feel like the same kind of people are going to bite on this. And once again, they're going to be left holding the ball. And when it falls out, when the bottom falls out of this, there's going to be a few people that make millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and a lot more people that make nothing, that lose maybe even everything. I just don't see any value in these things other than making money. And that's never a good thing. No one buys these because they look good. No one buys these because they enjoy them. They buy them to sell them. Now video game companies are jumping on board. Ubisoft, I think Square Enix, even Atari, I bet you forgot they were a company, has jumped on the bandwagon. And of course, a lot of people hated this and made that known, but Ubisoft doubled down, of course they did, Ubisoft, and said one of the douchiest things I've heard from a video game company in at least, I don't know, a week. I mean, that's not a high bar. I'm trying to read this, it says, well, it was a reaction we were expecting. We know it's not an easy concept to grab, but courts is really just a first step that should lead to something bigger. Something that will be more easily understood by our players. I'm getting that from a Video Games Chronicle, by the way. It's where I usually get my video game news. If anybody cares, what a prick. You're just gonna call all your players idiots, I guess. That's a good move, Ubisoft. I know that you've been doing great lately with all the sexual harassment lawsuits and everything. I bet they were like, thank God Activision is suddenly the worst video game company on the planet. Who knows? Maybe I'm the one that's old and out of touch and don't know what it's talking about. If anyone wants to try to explain it to me, I guess you can go ahead and try in the comments. I really don't think I'm going to get it. If you can try to explain it to me in a way that's not, they're just to make money, maybe I could understand it more. So, of course, leave a comment. And, of course, if you agree with me, let me know why in the comments. Is it the same as me, or is it a different reason? I think that's about it, though. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.